Hello friends, welcome to Unacademy Gate MEPI Exceed. This is Aprup Rao and you are watching Concepts in Minutes, and in this lecture we are going to talk about zero force members in truss. It's a very important topic from exam point of view, and you can also get this question in your interview. Zero force members in truss. So in this video we are going to talk about what exactly are zero force members, why they are important in truss, what is their importance in truss, and how to identify zero force members. And trust me, it's so important that every other year you get a question from zero force member in your exam. हर एग्जाम में हर दूसरे साल इस टॉपिक के ऊपर कोई ना कोई क्वेश्चन बनता ही है. सो इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक फ्रॉम एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. एंड इफ यू आर गिविंग एनी इंटरव्यू, then you might also get this question in your interview. What is zero force member? What do you mean by zero force member? If you're watching me for the first time, let me introduce myself. My name is Aprup Rao, All India rank 320 in Gate Mechanical in my first attempt. I've done my MTech from IIT Kharagpur and my specialization was Mechanical Systems Design. I have served in Mahindra and Mahindra for 2 years in the field of design of cars as Deputy Manager, and I have been teaching for GATE and DSE for more than 6 years now, and I teach subjects related to design, SOM, MD, EM and TOM. Now let's talk about zero force members. So what exactly are zero force members? So let's say you have a truss. This is an example of a truss. There are several members in this truss: A, B, BC, CD, AE, EF, BE, CF and DF. Now when truss is subjected to external load, the members of the truss are subjected to axial forces, right? जब किसी ट्रस पे कोई एक्सटर्नल लोड लगता है, द मेंबर्स ऑफ द ट्रस आर सब्जेक्टेड टू एक्सियल लोड. Now understand why they are subjected to only axial load, because the load acts at the joints. ट्रस के केस में जो लोड लगता है एक्सटर्नल लोड, वो जॉइंट्स पे एक्ट करता है, एंड ड्यू टू दिस द मेंबर्स ऑफ द ट्रस आर सब्जेक्टेड टू ओनली एक्सियल लोड. दैट एक्सियल लोड कैन बी टेंसाइल और कंप्रेसिव. जो एक्सियल लोड ट्रस के मेंबर्स में डेवलप होता है, it can be tensile or it can be compressive. So beta, in case of truss we can have 3 types of members. ट्रस के केस में हमारे पास 3 तरीके के मेंबर्स हो सकते हैं. We have tension member which are subjected to tensile force. We have compression member which are subjected to compressive force. Okay, so these two are very clear to everyone, I think, कि अगर टेंसाइल फोर्स लग रहा है तो टेंशन मेंबर, कंप्रेसिव फोर्स लग रहा है कंप्रेशन मेंबर. बट देयर इज अ थर्ड कैटेगरी ऑफ मेंबर व्हिच इज नोन एज जीरो फोर्स मेंबर. व्हाट इज अ जीरो फोर्स मेंबर? इफ देयर इज नो एक्सियल फोर्स इन अ मेंबर ऑफ अ ट्रस, it is known as a zero force member. Means you are applying external load, all these members are resisting some kind of load. Okay, ये जो फोर्स लग रहा है, इस फोर्स को हर एक मेंबर जो है वो सस्टेन कर रहा है मिलके. ओके, सो ऑल द मेंबर्स आर सब्जेक्टेड टू some kind of axial load. It is tensile or compressive. But there are some members which are not subjected to any force. They are not sharing any force. They are not resisting any force, which are known as zero force member. Now you might be thinking, if these members are not resisting any force, then why do we need them? We should remove them from truss, right? तो obvious जो thinking होगी वो यही होगा कि zero force member जो है उनको truss से हटा देना चाहिए, because they are not sustaining any kind of force. But we need zero force members in a truss. किसी ट्रस में जीरो फोर्स मेंबर्स जो हैं वो इंटेंशनली यूज किए जाते हैं. सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई एग्जैक्टली डू वी नीड जीरो फोर्स मेंबर. इफ दे आर नॉट रेजिस्टिंग एनी फोर्स, देन व्हाट इज देयर इंपॉर्टेंस, व्हाट इज देयर सिग्निफिकेंस? सो अंडरस्टैंड दिस पॉइंट अबाउट जीरो फोर्स मेंबर. So zero force member is a member which is not subjected to any axial load. That is clear. Now why they are important? Zero force members are used to increase the stability of truss. This is the first point. Now you might be thinking, what is stability of truss? So in order to understand the concept of stability, you need to understand the concept of buckling of columns. Columns के case में what happens? In case of columns, if you are applying a very large axial compressive force, the column buckles, right? That is known as being unstable. ठीक है? That is known as being unstable. When the column buckles, that is known as being unstable. So in order to increase the stability, in order to avoid that buckling, we need zero force members. So zero force members increase the stability of truss. यानी ट्रस के कुछ मेंबर्स जो अनस्टेबल हो सकते थे अब वो स्टेबल रहेंगे. क्यों? बिकॉज वी हैव zero force members. And the second point, zero force members provide additional support if the loading is changed. Now understand the meaning of this point. Right now, this truss is subjected to only these two vertical forces, right? मान लो अभी सिर्फ ये दो vertical forces लग रहे हैं, okay? And let's say that this member is a zero force member, okay? Let's say this member is a zero force member. I'm just giving you an example, okay? So right now, this member is not resisting any force, but in future, let's say there is an additional force. Let's say there is an additional force acting here. In that case, this member might resist the some force, right? अगर यहाँ कोई एक एडिशनल फोर्स आया तो उस केस में ये जो मेंबर है ये काम आ सकता है, ये एडिशनल फोर्स को सपोर्ट कर सकता है, राइट? Now you might be thinking why there will be additional loading in future. So understand, right now you are designing the members of the truss considering only these two forces. But beta, let's say there is a very heavy wind because you are using this truss in an open environment. Let's say there is a very heavy wind, okay? So the wind force will be acting like this only, like wind force जो रहेगा वो कुछ ऐसा ही लग रहा होगा. So if there is a very heavy wind and the wind force is acting like this, then that zero force member will now support the additional load, right? So beta, additional load is developed due to some kind of accident, due to unforeseen circumstances. Unforeseen circumstances मतलब आप ऐसी चीजों को पहले से प्रिडिक्ट नहीं कर सकते ना कि आंधी तूफान आ जाएगा या कोई एक्सीडेंट हो जाएगा. इन चीजों को हम पहले से प्रिडिक्ट नहीं कर सकते, बट वी नीड टू बी रेडी, राइट? आपको पहले से रेडी तो रहना ही पड़ेगा कि कल को अगर ऐसा कुछ हो गया तो भी मेरा डिजाइन सेफ रहना चाहिए, ठीक है? So that's why we need zero force members. So I hope everyone is clear about the importance of zero force members, that why do we need zero force members. Zero force members are not unnecessary members. They are required in order to increase the stability and in order to provide support in case of additional load, okay? In case of change in load, we need additional support which is provided by zero force member. Now the question is, when you are analyzing the truss, whether to consider the zero force member or not. So beta, zero force member will take load if an additional load is applied, right? But right now that zero force member is of no use. Right now that zero force member is containing no force. So what happens is, when you are calculating forces in other members, you remove the zero force member, okay? For your analysis, okay? Not in reality. Real में तो zero force member को नहीं हटाएंगे, लेकिन when you are analyzing the truss, when you are let's say I told you that calculate the force in this member and this member, okay? And let's say this is a zero force member. So what you will do, you will first remove this member and then you will calculate the force in this member and this member. Otherwise beta, it will create unnecessary unknown, है ना? जब पहले से पता है कि इसमें कोई फोर्स नहीं है तो फिर इसको रिमूव करके आप नंबर ऑफ अननोन्स को रिड्यूस कर सकते हो, right? So beta, that's why it is very important to know which member is a zero force member. Before starting calculations, you need to know which members are zero force member. Means just by looking at the truss, you need to know which member is a zero force member. So beta, now we will see how to find zero force member by inspection, not by calculation. Calculation से तो बाद में मिल ही जाएगा, बट कैलकुलेशन करके टाइम वेस्ट करने से अच्छा पहले से ही मुझे अगर पता है कि ये जीरो फोर्स मेंबर है तो मैं उसको हटा दूंगा, राइट? सो बेटा, let's see how to find zero force member by inspection. So there are three rules of finding zero force member. There are three cases where you might get zero force member. One by one we will talk about these cases. The first case is if there are only two non-collinear members at a joint. Non-collinear means which are not in the same line, along the same line, okay? If there are two non-collinear members at a joint, then both the members will be zero force members provided there is no external load on the joint. अगर दो नॉन कोलिनियर मेंबर्स हैं तो दोनों जीरो फोर्स मेंबर होंगे अगर उस जॉइंट पे कोई एक्सटर्नल फोर्स नहीं लग रहा हो. लेट मी गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. लेट्स से these are the two members. This is the joint. There is no external load on the joint. Let's say this one is F1, this one is F2, and let's say the angle between them is theta. So understand, we have two non-collinear members and there is no external load on the joint. Then according to this rule, both the members will be zero force member. How? Apply summation of Fy equals to 0. What you are going to get? If I apply summation of Fy equals to 0, then F2 sine theta will be equals to 0. Now sine theta will be 0 if theta is 0. Right now is theta 0? No, theta is not 0. So sine theta is not 0. It means F2 must be 0. And if F2 is 0, then F1 will also be 0. Right? अगर F2 0 है तो F1 भी 0 हो जाएगा. ठीक है? So बेटा, these two members are zero force members. Now practically when will you get this situation? When will you get two non-collinear members, okay, and there is no external load on the joint? Okay, so let's say we have a truss like this, okay. So beta, in this truss, which are zero force member? At joint B, there are two non-collinear members AB and BD, and there is no external load acting on B. So this member and this member are zero force members, right? FAB will be 0 and FBD will be 0. Why? Because at joint B there is no external load and these two members are non-collinear. अगर कोई external load होता, ऐसा कोई load लग रहा होता, then FAB and FBD would not have been 0. But right now there is no external load. So FAB and FBD both will be 0. So this is the first case, okay. Second case is if there are three members at a joint, out of which two are collinear and the third member will be zero force member provided there is no external load on the joint. If there are three members at a joint of which two are collinear, तीन मेंबर्स हैं जिसमें से दो कोलिनियर हैं और एक नॉन कोलिनियर है, then the third member will be zero force member if there is no external load on the joint. Okay, so beta, let's assume this condition. Let's say, let's say this is the situation. Let's say this is the situation. So we have F1, F2 and F3 at an angle theta. So F1 and F2 are collinear, but F3 is non-collinear, and there is no external load on the joint. Then this member will be 0. Again, summation of Fy equals to 0, say F3 sine theta will be 0 or F3 will be 0. And if you apply summation of Fx equals to 0, F1 and F2 will be equal. So F3 will be equals to 0. So if there are 3 members at a joint, out of which 2 are collinear, then the third member, which is not collinear, will be a zero force member. Now when I will get this situation, ये वाली situation कब आएगी, तो वो भी हम देख लेते हैं. Okay, so let's say this is a truss. Okay, so can you see this case in this truss? Yes, at joint C there are 3 members, BC, CD and AC, out of which BC and CD are collinear, AC is not collinear. Then this member will be a zero force member. FAC will be equals to 0, provided there is no external load at joint C. अगर यहाँ joint C पे कोई external load लग रहा होता तो FAC 0 नहीं होता. But right now there is no external load at joint C, so FAC is going to be 0. So this is the second case. Now in most of the books you will only find these 2 cases, but there is another case of zero force member which is nowadays very important. आजकल ये बहुत important हो गया है. Why? Because nowadays there will be questions based on this third rule, because a lot of people don't even know about this rule. So understand, if there are 2 non-collinear members at a joint and an external force is acting on the joint in the direction of one of the members, then the other member is a zero force member. ध्यान से समझो. Let's say we have 2 non-collinear members at a joint. Okay, let's say this is F1, this is F2, this is angle theta, and there is an external load acting in the direction of one of the members. Okay, let's say this external load is W. Then in this case F2 will be equals to 0. Same summation of Fy equals to 0 लगाओ, F2 sin theta will be 0, right? And F1 will be equals to W, minus W, you can say. F1 will become equals to minus W. तो बेटा ये situation कब आती है? Let me explain. Okay, let me explain when you are going to get this situation. Okay, so consider this one. We have seen this example here, right? Here FAB and BD both were 0, but in this case it will not be the case, because at joint B we have an external load. But there will be a third rule here. At joint B there are two non-collinear members AB and BD. There is an external load, but that external load is acting in the direction of BD. So in this case, FAB will become equals to 0 and FBD will be minus of W. ठीक है, FBD जो है वो माइनस W हो जाएगा और FAB जो है वो 0 हो जाएगा. So बेटा, this is the third rule. There are two non-collinear members and a force is acting on the joint, but it is in the direction of any one member. So the force in the other member will be 0. So now you have these three rules, these three cases, applying which you can identify which are zero force member. Now let's take some examples. So let's say this is our example. Okay. Now beta, let me tell you, when you are solving problem of zero force member, finding zero force member, always first draw the reaction forces. Reaction forces पहले निकाल लेना चाहिए और उनकी वैल्यू भी निकाल लेना चाहिए. ओके, यहां पे वैल्यू की जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है, यहां पे काम नहीं आएगा, but in some cases you might find it useful. So apply the reaction forces. That is a must. Okay, you need to apply the reaction forces, understand that. Now find the zero force member. So we will start from left end. So at end A there are two non-collinear member. There is a external load, but it is not in the direction of any member, so no zero force member. At joint D, three members, out of which two are collinear, third is non-collinear, so this is a zero force member. Okay, then at joint C, अब यहाँ पे CD is a zero force member, so you can remove this member. So if I remove this member, then at joint C there will be three members, of which two are collinear, third one is non-collinear, so this will be a zero force member, right? Then at joint H, same thing will happen. This will be a zero force member, and at joint G, same thing will happen. This will be a zero force member. Now if I remove this and this, then at joint F there will be three members, out of which this one and this one collinear, this one is non-collinear. So these are the zero force member. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 members are zero force member. Let's move on to the next example. Now this is a very interesting example. Okay, so here again we need to find out the zero force member. अब यहाँ पे मैंने आपको क्या बताया था बेटा? I told you that it is very important to first find out the reaction, not their magnitude but at least their direction. Magnitude की जरूरत नहीं है but direction. So बेटा, this is a roller support but it is inclined at 45 degree. So there will be a reaction force at 45 degree. Okay, there will be one vertical and one horizontal reaction here. Now if you are thinking इस hinge पे vertical और horizontal दोनों है, यहाँ पे तो vertical ही था, horizontal क्यों नहीं था? तो बेटा there is no other horizontal force ना, so this horizontal force will become 0, but here there will be a horizontal force ना, component of this, so that's why you will get this horizontal force also. Okay, अब यहाँ पे ध्यान दो बेटा, let's start from left end. So at joint A no condition is applied, but at joint B these two members are collinear, this is non-collinear and there is no external load, so this is a zero force member. ठीक है, joint F पे no condition, joint G पे three members, two collinear, one non-collinear, so this is a zero force member. Then C joint पे no condition, H joint पे no condition, D joint पे this will be a zero force member. Then E joint पे, now E joint पे ध्यान दो, what is this angle? This is 45 degree. What is this angle? This is also 45 degree. It means that there are two non-collinear members and the external load is in the direction of one of the members. So this other member will be a zero force member. Third rule, ये वाला zero force member हो गया, right? Third rule लग रहा है joint E पे. So what did I tell you? It is very important to mark the reaction forces. Otherwise, you will never get this. बहुत सारे बच्चों ने इस क्वेश्चन में इसीलिए गड़बड़ की थी. A lot of people made mistake because first they didn't know about the third rule, and second, even if they knew about the third rule, they never saw the third rule applied at joint E. Why? Because they were not drawing the reactions. वो रिएक्शन ड्रॉ किए बगैर ही सवाल सॉल्व कर रहे थे, बिना रिएक्शन निकाले जीरो फोर्स मेंबर निकाल रहे थे. तो ऐसा गलत है. यू डोंट नीड टू फाइंड द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ रिएक्शंस, बट यू नीड टू find the direction of reactions. Okay, so 45 this is a zero force member. Now if this is a zero force member, then at joint D this will also be zero force member ना, क्योंकि joint D पे single horizontal force तो हो नहीं सकता, तो ये भी zero force member हो गया. ठीक है, तो मेरे भाई how many zero force members are there? 1 2 3 4 5. ठीक है, कौन कौन से? BF, CG, HD, DE and DC. This is the answer, right? ये वाला आंसर है. So this is how you find out zero force members. Now if you want to solve more problems based on zero force member, if you want to solve more problems of trusses, you can watch my free lectures of engineering mechanics. You can find free lectures of engineering mechanics, strength of material, theory of machines, machine design, all the subjects of design by opening this one link, tinyurl.com/approve10. ये एक लिंक खोलो और आपको मेरी सारी फ्री क्लासेस मिल जाएंगी, and you will also find the PDF notes of those classes. You don't even need to write the notes. You will find automatic notes of the lectures by opening this one link. How to open this link? Go to any web browser and type this tinyurl.com/approve10, enter, and you will open this page. Okay, here you will find ebooks and you will also find free lectures and notes. And if you want to know about my upcoming classes, अगर मेरी आगे आने वाली क्लासेस के बारे में जानना है, then go to Telegram app and search Approve10. Join this Telegram channel in order to get the updates of my classes. Okay. And अगर आपको मेरी टीचिंग पसंद आई, अगर आप मेरे साथ और इंडिया के कई टॉप एजुकेटर्स के साथ एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड कोर्स में पढ़ना चाहते हो, if you want to get into a structured course with us, then take Unacademy Plus subscription. You are going to get on-time classes, daily assignments, weekly quizzes, online test series, question bank, doubt clearing session, personal guidance, notes, classroom environment, a lot of things which are not possible on YouTube. YouTube पे you are going to get free lectures of all our subjects. ठीक है, आपको सारे lectures free में मिल जाएंगे, but lecture के beyond जो चीजें हैं which are helpful in getting a good rank, you will get them only on Unacademy Plus. And if you look at our GATE 2021 result, then you will understand why online classes are so important, why online classes are so beneficial. ठीक है, अगर आप हमारा GATE 2021 का रिजल्ट देखें तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि Unacademy की ऑनलाइन क्लासेस से क्या फायदा पहुंचता है. ओके, एंड इफ यू वांट टू टेक Unacademy Plus subscription, बेटा, you can use this code approve10 in order to get 10% off. And if you use this referral code, it means you are being referred to Unacademy by me, so you are now my responsibility. So I will give you my personal guidance. अगर आप मेरे रेफरल से आ रहे हो, मतलब आप मेरी जिम्मेदारी हो, तो आपको गाइड करना, आपको मेंटर करना मेरी जिम्मेदारी रहेगा. I will be there for you throughout your preparation. Okay, you can pay this fee in EMI also. आप EMI पे भी ये पे कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, you can take Unacademy Iconic subscription also. Plus और Iconic दो अलग अलग सब्सक्रिप्शन है. What is the difference in Iconic subscription? In Iconic subscription you get a personal coach. What will be the work of personal coach? Personal coach will provide customized schedule for you. He will make your entire schedule, when to study which subject, what to do. Then he will provide all the study material to you. He will take one-on-one session. He will analyze your test score. Means he will be there for you 24/7 on personal basis. So if you want that, take Unacademy Iconic subscription for 1 year or 2 year. Okay. Now before leaving, don't forget to hit the like button, share this session, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will keep coming with these kind of videos, and if you have any idea about any concept, then you can also write in the comments. I will make sure that there is a video on that. अगर आपके दिमाग में कोई आइडिया आता है कॉन्सेप्ट्स इन मिनट्स को लेके, तो आप कमेंट्स में मुझे जरूर बताएं और मैं उसके ऊपर एक वीडियो बनाऊंगा. ओके, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग. आई विल सी यू. बाय बाय, टेक केयर.